Hello. Imagine a person walks up to you, then asks you a question. How do you feel? Sometimes deep down, that's hard to describe. Or is it? What if I told you that this had something to do with your self-confidence? Well, what if I told you that you could regain that self-confidence? Today, I will talk about the importance of self-confidence and how you can be confident in yourself. Now, how many people in this audience can raise their hand for me? Well, you've just taken the first step in being confident in yourself. But for those of you who didn't, it's okay because no one's perfect. If all of us were perfect, we'd all be boring and have nothing to do. But before we dive down into that, let me tell you a story of my own experience that I've had recently. So, where to start? So, there's this guy that I used to be afraid of talking to. I'm not going to say his name, though, but he knows who he is. So you're probably wondering why I used to be even so afraid of talking to him. Well, that was because I had a crush on him. Every time I tried to speak to him, I would babble instead of speaking English and messed up. This caused me to have anxiety and depression, and I would think of myself as a bad person. But then one day, I found out that he would do the same thing too. He would babble and also get nervous. After I realized that, I found out that I wasn't alone. We're all humans. And as humans, we need to take those baby steps and not be afraid, because good can come out of it. Anyway, as days passed by, both of us started to be more confident in ourselves. It just went from hi to how are you, which made me feel very heartwarming inside. And who doesn't want to feel good about themselves? Anyway, as we talked more to each other, we felt more comfortable. Eventually, that has led me here today. It has given me the confidence to speak to all of you. Having the chance to speak to all of you makes me feel like I have worth. One of them is to hope that I can at least make a difference by letting you know you're not alone. You're loved, and that you have a purpose. You see, confidence can lead you to understand your worth, which lets you know your purpose. You know, when I was really young, I never thought I had a purpose in this world. It all started when I was diagnosed with autism. There was nothing wrong with me having this, but this meant that I wouldn't really communicate or listen to people sometimes. So, to fix this, my parents taught me how to improve on that skill. Now in kindergarten, I often had a hard time making friends. I would not really start conversations by myself, but instead of doing that, I would wait for others just to approach me. Now, in middle school, I began to make some friends, but struggled to maintain genuine friendships. So in high school, I tried to start over. I thought to myself, everything will be better now. But it didn't go as well as I thought because I would pretend to be like someone else, and I would repeat what others did. Of course, though, this didn't work out very well. It caused me not to know myself as a person anymore and where I stood in this world. My mom even tried to tell me that I had a great personality and that I was loved, but I didn't believe her. As a matter of fact, I didn't believe what anyone said to me because I thought it was all a joke. I felt like there was no one to talk to anymore, and I thought I would be alone forever. It was during these times that I did not have any confidence at all because I felt ignored and hated. I would give in to what others said about me and just, instead of ignoring it and moving on. And from there, it would be hard for me to even move on or consider that choice. But that all changed one day, when I tried to finally start again from the beginning. I tried to talk to people, even if I couldn't really trust them at all. It wasn't really that easy at first. And I tried to talk to new people, even though it may have not really worked out at first. But a spark began to rise from above. Little by little, I gained friends and people who I could trust. I felt safe again for the first time. You wouldn't imagine how many times I cried joyfully about my success. Not to brag or anything. But I also felt through hard times that God has given me the strength to be bold and go forward with my journey instead of just ending it. Without him, I probably wouldn't be here. So I want to thank him for all that he's done for me. Without these experiences, I wouldn't have been able to move on and build up my confidence and be the person that I am today. And now that I told my personal story, I must tell you something. We're all like mavericks. This means that we're all independent and we have different pathways. It also means that all of us have roadblocks too. So even if something goes wrong, we all learn and grow from our own experiences. And don't let that one thing derail you from finding your purpose. Just keep going and never doubt yourself. Just know that even when things change, it's okay, because everything works out in the end. It might not satisfy you, but it's still a good experience to hold on to. But you may be wondering, why do we need self-confidence? Because it can medically affect our own lives. The National Alliance on Mental Illness by Ann Gold says, although low self-esteem is not categorized as a mental health condition in itself, there are clear links between the way we feel about ourselves and our overall mental and emotional well-being. Studies have shown that high self-esteem helps individuals adapt to and succeed in a variety of life domains, including having more satisfying relationships, performing better at school and work, enjoying improved mental and physical health, and refraining from antisocial behavior. As you can see, with self-confidence, your own day-to-day life can feel more positive, and it can also lead to living longer with optimism. That's right. Studies by CNN show that highest levels of optimism have an average of 11 to 15% longer lifespan than people who practice little positive thinking. In fact, the high-scoring optimists were most likely to live to age 85 or beyond. Optimism and self-confidence make you feel better and also help you know who you are as a person. It's the little things that can make your day. And some of those things can make you feel something. Perhaps it makes you feel more confident. But let's talk about how you can be confident in yourself. Remember that it takes small steps to have self-confidence. For example, you can compliment someone, join a club to be more interactive, or even just say hi. And the more you do for other people, or when you decide to give someone at least a chance, it can turn out to be rewarding. And in other cases, turn your life around. I know that because I finally defeated the one thing that held me back: negativity and self-doubt. So let's get out there, be brave, and have confidence. Thank you.